C.S. Lewis has an audience that expands all over the world, many different ages, and all across all types of religions. But it always wasn't that way. His first book was called The Pilgrim's Regress, and it's actually a fairy tale he wrote for adults. His second book is called The Screwtape Letters, and it's an allegory between the devil and some of his demons that he sends to Earth. So it definitely has a lot of adult humor and adult satire in it. But then he decided to change it up, and he wrote The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. He wrote it for children. It has a very story-like, bedtime story feel to it when you read it. And also, as you can see, it was marketed for children. It says, A Story for Children by C.S. Lewis. C.S. Lewis died in 1963, but his popularity still begins to grow even to this day. And it's not just children, as you know. Everybody knows about the Chronicles of Narnia. It's his most popular series to date, and the popularity of it really has exploded within the last decade or so. So why would this be? Why do children like Narnia, and why do adults like Narnia? Children like Narnia because there are talking animals in it, it's adventurous. There are kids actually in the story. They get to do a lot of fun things. They get to run around and they get to fight in battles and all the fun things that kids like to imagine themselves doing. But why would adults like this? It doesn't have any sexual connotations in it. It doesn't really have a lot of bloody, like gory stuff in it either. So why do adults continue to read the Narnia series? Well, adults also like adventure just as much as kids, and I think Narnia plays to the child inside of a lot of people. I also think that because of the rooted Christian values in Narnia, I think a lot of adults find a new way to look at their faith when they read the Narnia series, and I think that's what really keeps adults coming back to the story again and again. In 2005, the Disney company produced The Chronicles of Narnia as a full-length feature film released in movie theaters all over the world. And this has been the biggest explosion of popularity through all types of people, all different cultures. People have really grown to love the Narnia series, but not just the Narnia series in general, but C.S. Lewis. Here we have a C.S. Lewis fan page. It's called Into the Wardrobe. People can look up bios. They can read of all the different works that he's done. There's even someone who asked if they are allowed to contact C.S. Lewis, and as you can see, it says, unfortunately you can't. He died in 1963. So people are still very interested in contacting C.S. Lewis. They're still very avid readers of his books, not just Narnia series, but all of his books. C.S. Lewis also has a Twitter. Don't worry, he's not tweeting from the grave. They are different quotes and quips that C.S. Lewis has said. A lot of people are really inspired by different faith quotes and a lot of his theology, and this is posted every day. I really like that it's kind of a younger picture of C.S. Lewis, so you can imagine a young 20-something C.S. Lewis sitting in a coffee shop like tweeting on his computer. I think it's really funny. So follow him on Twitter. This is Narnia, right? Yeah, Wiki Narnia. This is a place where children and adults can come and write articles. There's artwork. They can make different maps about Narnia. So I'm trying to really show that this is adults and children working together to create the community that is Narnia. As you can see here, these are adults dressed up in cosplay costumes for Narnia. As I did my search, I think I only found one picture of a child dressed up like a Narnia citizen. So as you can see, we have the queen, we have knights and princesses, and a half goat man. So this isn't just for children anymore. It's definitely expanded actually to a bigger adult audience, more so than children. Here we have some fan artwork. Over on the right-hand corner, you see a very detailed illustration of Aslan, one of the characters, being sacrificed. This is more of an interpretation of one of the themes of the Narnia books. So you can see it's probably done by an adult or a very advanced young adult doing this. Up in the right-hand corner, you see we have a kind of a collage of all the characters. This was probably done by an advanced child doing the illustration, but still a child nonetheless. And down the bottom, you can see C.S. Lewis himself makes it into some of the artwork with Narnia in the background. So it's not just Narnia, but C.S. Lewis as well that has both children and adults. What struck me the most was that a very adult thing to do is get a tattoo, and I found a lot of Narnia and C.S. Lewis tattoos. You would not find a child probably getting a tattoo of Aslan on their calf or anything like that. And they extend from the very simple, as you can see over here from the lamppost that's in Narnia, all the way to a detailed map on someone's arm of Narnia. People are really connecting to this series and to C.S. Lewis as a whole. And you can see this as they permanently mark this on their bodies. This is a really big community of having Narnia and C.S. Lewis tattoos. Even though C.S. Lewis died in 1963, his audience continues to grow, and it doesn't stop today or anytime soon. More movies are being produced, and the books are being sold all over the world, bigger and bigger numbers every year. So his popularity, especially in the adult realm, has really grown, and it continues to be a reason why he has been named one of the top authors of our time. Are there any questions?